Hey guys, it's Jane. We're here with Charlie. And for this video we are in my bedroom because I bought a lot of things over the weekend and it was way too much to set up on the table and I needed to get some more space. I'll just go over some of the things that I bought, what I paid for it, and some of the research that I've done as far as comps go. So Joy Thrift, I got a few things there. Everything that I bought at Joy Thrift, total, the cost was $4.50. The other place that I went on Saturday was the First Estate sale. And the First Estate sale, I ended up getting 3 things from that estate sale, and that is where I spent the most amount of money. $130 is what I spent. Okay, so this can go for $30 to $40. Now I'm going to turn around because I didn't put the other 2 on the bed because of this guy, and they're my most expensive items, so I didn't want to risk them getting broken. So yeah, and then we'll go into the last estate sale next. Yeah, so let me just pause the video real quick and then we'll come back. Okay, sorry about that. I was just getting my bearings, getting ready to talk about the last few items here. So then the last estate sale was one that I did not spend nearly as much money on, but I still got a lot of decent stuff. This last one I spent $18 at, and the first, it was all like a lot of, they called it like a blue-green glass lot. Everything was blue or green, and so the first thing that I'll show you is this little creamer and sugar set. So I wasn't sure the maker of this. They don't have any kind of maker's mark on them at all or anything, but what drew me to them was the lines. Okay, so it's really like that mid-century modern design and the color. I love this color, so I was very excited about these. So in my research on this, I found that they were, actually not even me, I'm not even going to give myself the credit. It was a lady in a glass group that I follow on Facebook, because I had posted pictures of the estate sale, and so she actually pointed out the maker, and then I did further research to verify. It's by Fostoria, and what it is, it's called the Priscilla pattern. So Fostoria is a very well-known glass maker, and this, I guess, like the double line band and the way it is designed is the Priscilla pattern for them. This one does have a little bit of damage, but nothing too unforgivable. So I was looking on the bottom here. This has like a little bit of a thumbprint chip on the bottom, but it's still like on the table. It still sits flush. You know, it doesn't wobble around, and it does hold liquid. So there's nothing wrong there. And then this one doesn't really have anything wrong with it at all. And my sister is actually going to be purchasing this set from me. She just got a house, and she's still decorating it and figuring out what she wants to do. And she really loves mid-century modern as well. She even has some mid-century modern furniture. So she was real excited about that. So even with the damage on this, these can go for around $20 for the set. So that right there is going to cover more than my cost of this estate sale, which is going to be great. So she's going to buy those from me. And then the next thing that she's going to purchase is another piece from this estate sale, and it is this little green covered dish. This dish, a lot of people collect these, and they come in a lot of different colors. And what this is it's a Jeanette piece, and the colors are flashed onto the glass. So it's not actual green glass. The coloring is placed on top of clear glass. But nevertheless, people love them. And this is what's called the grape leaf pattern. It's just this little 4-footed dish. A lot of people use it as like a candy dish. I think she said she wanted to use it to hold nuts in. And there's no chips or cracks or anything wrong with that as well. So, and it's a sturdy piece. You know, it's a thicker piece, so it's nice. And those go for around $18. It really varies on the color. Like some of them, if it's like a more interesting color, they'll go for more. Or if it's like a rarer design, they'll go for more. But that one goes for around $18. So she'll be buying those from me. The next piece that I got from that sale is this butter dish. And the butter dish, again, I love the crackle glass. That is what drew me to this. But this butter dish is not particularly too old. It's a Pottery Barn butter dish. But I really loved, again, the crackle glass, the color, but also too the height of the cover was really interesting to me, and just like the shape, pretty much everything about it is very, like, it's just beautiful to have on the table. This one does have a little bit of damage, but nothing that's unforgivable. It's got like some flea bites on the rim of the butter dish, and if you're not familiar with glass or reselling or anything like that, that's what you call it when it's like, it's not exactly a chip, but it's just like a little teeny tiny imperfection, or even a teeny tiny chip in the glass. So it's got like a few of those along the rim, which are so tiny that I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. But nevertheless, it's still beautiful, great to have on the table. Those can go for around $40 for that dish. Which my sister was also considering this one as well, but I think she was saying she was hoping that it was going to be more of like a cake dish. I guess she just didn't realize or see the size of it, so she said she didn't really need a butter dish. But nevertheless, people like Pottery Barn, people like crackle glass, so I don't expect to have a problem selling that. The next piece is nothing too terribly exciting, but it is nevertheless a beautiful piece, a beautiful color. This is a depression glass bowl, and it is, sorry, I'm just losing what I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, so this is by Princess House. And Princess House glass I usually don't go for, just because of the fact that it's not really, the market is kind of flooded with Princess House. But a lot of the time it's the clear glass that people just don't seem to be interested in. But because of the fact that this was blue, you know, I figured, like, you know, why not try to list it and see what happens. And two, like, if you're going to do an estate sale, you kind of don't have a choice. You have to bid on and buy whatever's in the lot. So, this was in that lot. So this, in my research, I found that this can go for around $15 or so. Nothing that I've seen that's sold in this size. But, you know, we'll list it and we'll see either way what happens with that. And people who collect depression glass appreciate it either way, and I do too. You know, I don't collect depression glass, but I do appreciate it. The next thing in that lot was just this little jar, this little green jar, and it took me a little bit to figure out what the deal was with it, but I saw this little mark on the bottom, this VEA mark, and, you know, I didn't really think anything was too special about it, But after researching a little bit, I found out that the marking stands for Victoria Etrusca, and so it's a vintage piece, and it's from Italy. That's an Italian brand, which Italian glass in itself is great, and a lot of people who collect glass know that it's great. And this is called hermetic green tint glass, and it's very small. You know, it's not one of the larger ones. They do have the ones like the tall ones that you can put like spaghetti in, like the pasta holders and things like that. This is going to be more for like your beans or your smaller pastas, like your macaroni pasta, stuff like that. But this can go for $14 itself. And yeah, it doesn't have any damage or anything like that. It's still functional. So that was cool. Then, let's see. I think we only have 2 more things to talk about in this lot. So, next up is this set of jars, canisters really. This set is what prompted me to bid on this lot, because as I saw that nobody was really showing interest in the lot. And let me just backtrack a little bit. The way that I determine if I'm going to bid on a lot is I look thoroughly at the pictures, and then I basically do some quick research based on the pictures to see what I could potentially make based on those items. So this is what drew me to bid on the lot, because when I looked these up, I found out what they were, and I found out what they can go for. And so what these are is, these are a set of Hoosier Owens, Illinois vintage green glass canisters. Okay, and it's a specific design that they do with these, a specific maker. And this specific set can go for close to $90. And again, for this lot that I've been talking about now, this lot I only spent $18. So that's a pretty good return on investment there. This again, it's really difficult for me because I love vintage glass. I love the things that I thrift, and a lot of times it's hard for me to let them go. But I have to remember the whole reason I'm doing this is because, like, I enjoy the hobby of the thrifting, but I'm also trying to, sell the items to make money. So I can't hold on to everything that I buy. But this is another set that I'm going to have a problem letting go of it, just because I love the green. And I love just the shape of them. Who doesn't need a canister set? You can always find different uses for those. So yeah, I looked at them all. They don't have any kind of damage, unforgivable damage. The tops, being metal, have, a few dent marks here and there, but they're in really beautiful condition. Either way. So, yeah, so close to 90 for those. And then the last item in this lot, I have been racking my brain, and I have been searching and researching and researching, and I don't know what is going on with this. I've even consulted some people in my glass group, and nobody has an answer. So we're going to have to do some further research, but this is stunning. This is a blue satin glass vase, and it's got like this scalloped foot here on the bottom. No chips or cracks, no damage like that or anything. But what's really interesting is the cut, the design of the vase is, it's got these birds on it. So, and the design of the birds, it's very Art Deco. So I haven't been able to figure out the maker. There's no maker's mark. Nothing like that. But the design of it, the color of it, the weight of it, everything is pointing to me and to the people in the glass group. We all think that this is Czech glass. So Czech glass, they, you know, again, Italy and Czech are both beautiful, beautiful glass makers. And because of the design, now I wouldn't go as far as to say this 100%, because you can't, obviously there are reproductions and things like that, but because of the design of the birds being very Art Deco, I would venture to say, I would venture to guess at least, that this would be, you know, a 1930s piece. But I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what to do about this. I'm just gonna, it might have to be one of those things where I have to just let it sit until I can find a match, until I can do some more research, or if I'm feeling bold enough, I might take it somewhere and see if I can get an answer from somebody who might know something. But anyway, I'm not going to just throw it up on eBay for bids or anything like that. I'm not going to expect too terribly lot of money for it, but at the same time, I'm not going to sell myself short on it either. So we're just going to have to wait and see what I can find out about that. So then the last and final thing is not very exciting, but this is something I just ran. I had to go to the post office yesterday, and the Goodwill is right next to the post office, so I figured I'd go in and see if they had anything to grab. And I just found this little saucer and teacup set of owls. And again, as you've heard me say before, I love owls. I collect owls, things like that. And I really liked the coloring of these and just how every little owl is different. There's no damage on this. And this set I paid a whole $1 for. Because in Goodwill, I've said before, they typically only charge about 50 cents for their mugs. So they charge 50 cents for the mug and 50 cents for the plate. And those can go for around 18. But because of the fact that I only paid $1 for it, that again might be something I hold on to. So we'll see. So that is everything, guys. That is everything that I bought. And I will have to clue you in on what happens with those larger pieces. And then the last little thing I will talk to you about is the solds from my last video. So nothing's been moving a whole terrible lot because I feel like it's the summer slowdown right now. Not a lot of people are buying. So it hasn't been a lot that's been moving, but I did make a couple of good sales from the last haul. So the first one I'll show you is, I don't know if you remember this little wood piece that I picked up. This is one of the ones that I picked up at Joy Thrift. And I paid, gosh, because I think the last time I went to Joy Thrift I only spent a few dollars that time too. So I really didn't spend a whole terrible lot on this. I think I only spent about $4 on this piece. And I sold it for $25 on Facebook. So there's that. And then the last one that I sold from that previous lot were these little anthropomorphic bird salt and pepper shakers. And I think in the last video too I told you the wrong price. I didn't pay $6 for these. I paid $4 for them. Just because I liked the vintage look of them. And I knew somebody else would too. And I looked online and researched, and they go for close to $50. So I sold those for $45. So that was a pretty good return on investment for that. So yeah, so a few of the pieces, like I said, a few of them are listed. I have some more listing I have to do, especially with the higher end stuff. I haven't really listed much of the higher end stuff. I started off with the Joy Thrift stuff, and yeah, so we'll have to see where it goes. And oh my goodness, I totally forgot to talk about 2 other pieces. Look at me. I just didn't even, like, I just totally neglected these last 2 pieces. So, okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm a little disorganized. So, sheesh. Okay. So the last 2 pieces I will talk about. So, this was from the green and blue glass estate sale. This is a uranium glass measuring cup. It does have a chip on the rim, which is a little bit of a bummer. But nevertheless, it's really cool. It's vintage. It's nice. And looking at that, because of the fact that it has a chip on there, I think I could probably get closer to 18 for it, but if it didn't have a chip, it would go closer to 25. So there's that. And then the last piece that I completely neglected from that same lot is this little vase. This one also confused me because, again, I don't see a maker. I don't know what it is. But then I took a picture and I used Google Lens, and Google Lens is such a great resource when it comes to things like this that you just don't even know where to start, because it picked up on this diamond pattern, this like cut diamond pattern in the glass, and it told me exactly what it was, and it was right. It's just a cobalt vase, and the pattern, I guess it's called Esmeralda, and this can go for like around $15. It's a pretty hefty piece. It's a pretty piece. The cobalt blue is really nice. Another sister of mine actually collects cobalt glass, so that'll be nice for somebody. And that one doesn't have any damage or anything, so that'll be good. So anyway, sorry for my disorganization. You guys, I know, like, as you can tell, this is only my 3rd video, so I'm still very new with this whole thing. I'm not new with the reselling and the thrifting and all that, but I'm definitely new with the YouTube videos. So I'm trying. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, I will most likely be breaking this up into 2 videos, because nobody, I think, wants to sit here and listen to me talk for half an hour or more. So I'll break it up for you. But nevertheless, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And again, if you know me, or if there's a way that you can reach out to me and let me know if there's anything you're interested in. Like I said, my sister's already got dibs on a couple of things, but if you would like anything, let me know. Otherwise, everything is going up on eBay, and I will post a link to my eBay shop. So, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.